Hey guys, today is Friday the 8th of January, so that means it is my 4th weigh-in video today. So I'm going to get straight into it. This morning I weighed in at 15 stone 3.2, so that means I've lost 2 pounds exactly. I think my last one was 15 stone 5.2. So yeah, loss of 2 pounds this week. I'm really pleased with that. It's an overall loss of, well, it's an overall loss of 10 pounds on sort of like this format, but I've got it logged as 16 stone. I'm sort of like doing this I think from the 14th of December, but I have got it logged in at 16 stone I think at the very start of December, but I kind of started this journey on the 14th, so an overall loss of 11 pounds, 10 pounds since starting YouTube and whatnot. So 10 pounds in weight, 2.7% of my body fat, and I'm 1.9% down on my BMI. So really chuffed. I had a really weird feeling this week that I wasn't gonna lose anything. I don't know why that is. I have been really great with my calories this week. Let me just grab up MyFitnessPal and I'll show you so far this week in grid format how I've been doing. It's just loading. Oh, it doesn't want to load. Oh, there we go. So if I go to diary, more nutrition, calories, so here we go. So this is the last 7 days basically of calories. Now as you can see, the first couple of days I just go over that 1,200 calorie goal. I think it averages out at yeah, so the net average is 1,207 calories a day. I did have I haven't really exercised this week, but yesterday I went on a very long walk. I think it was horrendous, like the calorie expenditure that I burned during that time. Let me just get my Fitbit up. So this was obviously throughout the entire day, but I think the walk averaged at 8.3 miles, and I think I burned about 1,800 calories on that walk alone. Now I don't religiously sort of like go off Fitbit calorie expenditure and stuff like that, because I do think there's quite a bit of discrepancy. However, it does measure my heart, my BMR, but beats per minute. You know what I mean. So I think there is some accuracy to it. So I think although I had a couple of days above that 1,200, like I said, it wasn't a massive amount, like 1,300 maybe, but I think that's kind of like balanced it out quite a lot. If any of you's watched like my very first video where I'm sort of speaking how I worked out my losing weight calories, I can go up to 1,600 calories a day and still have somewhat of a deficit, that I'd still lose weight. I'd lose like 1 pound per week. So I think to do this, to have it as my 1,200, and knowing I can still go up, to that 1,600 if needed, is really helping me. Sort of like I'm getting used to reducing sort of like my portion sizes and my appetite, and obviously ideally I'd like to stick to the calorie goal I've set out, but if I do go over, it's not the end of the world, because I'm still in a deficit and I'm still gonna lose. So I think I've been really smart with that aspect, and you know, managed to kind of come up with a little sort of plan for myself, like a contingency plan and damage control. If I do go over, it's not the end of the world. Obviously, you know, I can't get into the mentality of, oh yeah, I can have an extra 500 calories and still 400 calories and still lose weight, because that's not what I want. It's not the aim here. The aim is to eat healthier and more nutritiously and lose the weight. So yeah, really happy with that. I've been trying this week to increase my fibre, because I do suffer with quite a bad digestive system, and I feel like making sure I hit that daily recommended goal of fibre, which I think is 25 grams, please do correct me if I'm wrong, will aid me in sort of like increasing my digestion and digestive health. I'm just going to go ahead and have a little look at my diary just to see if there's anything. So breakfast wise, I usually really enjoy like a savoury breakfast. I've got into the habit of having like scrambled eggs and salmon, all that kind of thing. But recently I'm really enjoying having some coconut yogurt with a form of whole grain like shredded wheat, or some like low sugar granola, and then some berries. I'm really enjoying that. I feel like this week I've tried to transition into cutting down on dairy products, so I'll still have them, but I try and have plant-based alternatives, just because for me, I feel like my body does not get on with dairy. I think if I've had it in a larger quantity, I tend to blow and just feel really uncomfortable. So I think the transition into non-dairy this week has gone really well. I've not had any dairy products other than plant-based alternatives like coconut yogurt. I've got almond milk in my fridge, but I haven't had it. It's really strange because I used to be a huge tea and coffee drinker, like, you know, just regular morning breakfast tea or whatever, and I haven't noticed this, but I've transitioned into completely like it doesn't have any place in my diet anymore. I just reach for the herbal teas every time. I think my calendar, my Christmas calendar really helped with that, because it was a herbal and fruit tea advent calendar, so every morning I would have that instead of like a cup of my favourite was Lady Grey by Twinings. It has kind of like a zesty flavour to it, and I'd have that with milk, and sometimes, well, definitely at one stage in my life I'd have that with 2 sugars and full fat milk, and now I've transitioned into having just herbal teas, and I'm finding that really enjoyable. I really love them. So that's one big switch that I think's definitely gonna continue and help, because although it's not, you know, it's not the end of the world to have a normal cup of tea or a cup of coffee, but I think if you're having it with full fat milk and sugar every time, that definitely can add up to probably your daily sugar intake and your daily dairy intake too. So for me, I think it's a really smart swap. So what else? Dinner wise, I've just been kind of, I had when was this? Sunday I had chili for dinner, sorry. I've been having some salads and cottage pie, just kind of normal things really, nothing too like super low calorie. But I did make a meal plan this week, which really helped. It's really kind of helped to keep me on track, and I used to kind of like just shop pretty much daily, and that was really dangerous, because if you're really hungry and you go into a supermarket and everything's there staring at you and you want convenience and quick and yummy, and I'd fall victim to that a lot of the time. So I think like sitting down, making the plan, going and buying the food, so I don't subject myself to the possibilities of grabbing a chocolate bar, or oh, that looks good, I'll have that, and this will go in the trolley or whatever, that's really helped. So I'm certainly going to continue with that. This is my 4th weigh-in now. So I've decided that every 4th weigh-in, so the next one will be my 8th after this, I'm going to do a full body shot, because I realised that most of, well, all of my videos I think are from like here up. So it'd be pretty cool to get sort of and watch my body get smaller or leaner or whatever also on here. I did take quite a lot of pictures beforehand a little while ago. I can't remember when they were, but I was definitely sort of like pushing 16 stone in them, so I'm sure I can use them on this journey as before pictures. Don't know when I'm gonna sort of like compare. I don't really like to compare myself, because I think it takes a good while before you actually start to notice differences in your body, and I don't want to sort of like get hung up on certain things like, oh well, I don't look different or anything like that. My mindset has definitely changed quite a lot this time around. I feel like it's more about how I'm feeling, and I'm focusing on healthy parts of like a weight loss journey rather than just all the superficial reasons. It's more about me, my health, how I feel, and it's all aiding towards me sort of like loving myself more. So I feel like that's a huge difference this time. I'm not just thinking I really want to get into these jeans again, or you know, although that's going to be great. I'm going to really look forward to wearing the clothes that I have in my wardrobe again and that kind of thing. But most importantly, I feel right now is my mindset and how I feel. So we're gonna do a full body shot so you can see what's going on. And like I said, I'm going to do this every 4th weigh-in, just so we can see my progress. You know, I think as I lose weight, I think the number on the scale going down is gonna sort of slow somewhat. So other off-scale victories and seeing differences in how I feel and how my clothes fit and how I look and that kind of things are all gonna be motivation. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so here we go. I really hope I'm in focus and you can see me okay. But yeah, so this is my like full body shot for, what's the date? Sorry, I'm terrible, aren't I? Friday the 8th of January. So this is where we're at now. So the parts of like my body that I'm really uncomfortable with at the moment is like, I don't know if you can see, but yeah, you can. I've got this like band of fat like at the top of my tummy, like here, that I'm really uncomfortable with this. I think it like really sticks out in pretty much everything that I wear. This is totally relaxed tum, so you can get an idea of where I'm at. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this area in particular, sort of like losing fat from there. And when I start working out a little bit more regularly, I'll probably try and find some exercises that really target particular areas I'm unhappy with. But I'm a typical pear shape, which means like I look a bit like a pear. So most of my weight is stored on my bottom half of my body, so my legs in particular. I've never had like, even when I was sort of working out a lot, eating really well, I never had thin legs. I've always like had quite chunky thighs. You know, just me really. I'm learning to love them. I think the Kardashians and the sort of trend of having a bigger bum in general has really helped sort of boost my confidence in that area. But just quite a bit of work needed to just make my shape a bit more what I want. I really hope that, I know I can appreciate this lighting is terrible, but I'm in my bedroom right now and I've only got a skylight which is over there. That's why this side is all really light. So I hope you could see and I wasn't just like a little blur in the background. But just really quickly, I wanted to say thank you for everyone who reached out to me after watching my sort of how I gained weight and why I want to lose it. It was a really difficult video to film for me, but it was rewarding in a lot of ways. I think being honest and open and reflectful is really good for you, but it really highlighted to me how many people sort of silently suffer or have had issues with things like binging and purging and things like that. You know, the hearing from other people about their experiences and things like, you know, things like that has really highlighted it for me, like how many people probably do suffer with things like eating disorders and don't really verbalize them, or, you know, the people closest to them probably have no idea. And if you are one of those people and you don't have anyone to talk to about it, please contact me. I'm really happy to chat with anyone. If you need a friendly ear or a little bit of advice or just somebody to talk to, let me know, because I'm here always for everyone, for whatever the reason may be. Yes, so thank you for watching my 4th weigh-in. Really happy with my £2 loss. Potentially next week, could I be out of the 15 stone bracket? That would be awesome, but I'm not gonna put too much hope on that because I think I'm due my period over the next week. So like I said, tend to fluctuate quite a lot at the minute, but we'll see. You never know. If I stick to my calorie goal and get in some exercise, I can't see why not. How awesome would that be? 14 in the 14s. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I potentially may do a video between now and next Friday, but I don't know. So if you want to be notified of my next video, hit subscribe, and there's a little bell next to it which is a notification bell, and it'll let you know every time I upload. And if you want to listen to my rambles and know when they're going up, go ahead and hit. It also really helps my account, and I do really appreciate all 18 of you people that are here along this journey with me so far. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you're having a fab Friday and have a wonderful weekend. Bye.